Good afternoon and welcome to the Monday pre-show with myself, with Mojo, and in the middle, Happy the Killzor. How are you today, guys?
Oh, totally cool, man.
I'm always cool when I'm sitting next to you and Mojo.
Your microphone's at a weird level there. What is it?
It's at a normal level.
Okay.
I can put it lower if you
Thought
want
you may be
to.
trying to hide something there.
Nah.
No? Okay, so we're going to talk to you guys today about the season finals that we have coming up on the 19th. That is going to be on Sunday. Going to have a quick breakdown of the teams while we're at it. We've got some videos to talk about as well to show you guys. And yeah, our first one actually we can show you straight away is the video we have to hype up the grand final. Not the grand finals, the season finals. Let's actually have a look at that one.
Your journey begins alone. You and your machine. You battle, then you realize what it's all about.
Yes, I would if it was playing super passive.
Go for the picture and go for fun.
Fighting for glory. We are united.
Take a bow, laddie. Triple kill.
Look at that grind!
Here we stand, victorious.
I may or may not say laddie a bit too much.
You and your machine. Here we stand, victorious. What do you know about victorious part, Ryan? How it goes?
I watch you guys play, and that helps me understand what it's like to be a winner.
According to certain people, I don't win a lot anymore. So, you know, like, I'm okay.
You're not a loser, Daki.
Are you under influence?
Huh? Yeah, dude, like, just don't win that much anymore. It's just not the same. People just don't know how to play the game anymore.
Are you back to being the Pluzor?
No, not me. Other people. Just everybody else
Okay.
around me.
Now, as we're talking about earlier on, season finals coming up here. We have 4 teams getting through. Let's actually have a look at how those teams are going to be facing off against each other because, well, the first match we're going to have on Sunday is going to be a hell of a match, isn't it?
It's totally not a hype match. It's totally not a personal match, as they like to say it. Kazna versus Gohard, best friends in the league for sure. I mean, this will be an interesting, approximately close match. Kazna, first ever, I believe, in a season, ever, to automatically qualify. Gohard had a really, really rough spot to go in, and then we have Oops against Ding. Oops notoriously knows how to surprise teams in the first matches, and Ding had really rough season finals against them like 2 seasons ago.
I don't know if Kazna versus Gohard is going to be that interesting. We said that last season about Kazna and Oops, and then Kazna was kind of like, you know what, Oops, just go home. Go home, dude. You don't deserve to be here. Just go home. So I wouldn't say that. If Kazna continue like they played online, I think it's going to be like maybe 7-3 at best.
Well, we will see how will that one go on. I mean, Gohard was on a rise a bit lately, but will it be enough to challenge Kazna? That's a different story. Like, Kazna was preparing heavily lately. So we will see. And they have a lot of LAN experienced players, so they will definitely not panic on stage or something like that.
And you were saying earlier on, Daki, you think that Ding are going to get it together for the LAN finals. You don't think they can be their season performance is nothing compared to their LAN performance that you're expecting?
I'm not biased towards Ding at all. You know, the hoodie on my chair is not Ding's either. I think they'll be fine. I think they'll come out strong. I think they'll come out swinging. I think they'll come out with a vengeance that has been unseen in the European region. A fire coming from the deepest mountain that Shokish could dig. It's going to be insane. It's going to be clean.
If you too would like a sponsored advert by Killzor, please send all donations to...
Just advertise it on, man.
Yeah, just carry on, you know.
Killzor@gmail.com.
Now, let's actually break down the teams individually. First off, starting here with Kazna Crew. We talked about Kazna Crew at the start of the season. We said how Algo coming into the team could be a really big factor. But when Kazna Crew kind of ran steady, they didn't use him.
Well, the thing is, they gave a chance to a couple of players. They tested everyone, like even Vale, who was a replacement player even last season, and Algo, who came in here, and they just went with a part of the team that showed most cohesion, I would say. and more stability in the matches.
It seemed to have worked out so far, so I don't think we can really critique them for the way that they decided to go on about it. Apparently, I guess he just didn't fit in the lineup, you know? And that
We will see how will that go over the time, because there is still time for them to show in the next season or whatever. In this one, definitely, I don't think we will see him on season finals. There is no reason to change a player unless LD Nexus again doesn't show up for some reason, but you don't have to fly here, so it's okay, I think.
I mean, he can walk here. If he starts walking right now, I think he'll just about make it on time. So, you know.
And I mean, we were all worried that Kazna will just flunk it, because on the start of the season they lost Stefan. Stefan arguably should have a huge impact on their games and so on, and he went to Gohard. Oh, what a coincidence there. And we were thinking, okay, Gohard will be on the rise, Kazna will have deep problems, but actually a couple of players stepped up heavily, namely Isne from Tier 8, thanks to Monster.
Yeah.
Leviathan of a game, Swedish one. And then we had Piotr, who also stepped up. Vetso came back and started training again. So these guys actually showed best cohesion, not on the start of the season, but from the middle onward.
Yeah, I mean, their season started off kind of rough at the start of it, but then they really came into it later on in the season, started like winning multiple games in a row, playing really strongly.
This game particularly,
you know, sometimes even their opponents are helping them, you know what I mean?
Like
Papa Pavian's like, you know what, dude? You
want
to win this game?
Draw range and
you want to win
teammates.
this game? I'll make you win this game. Not an issue for us.
But that play as well, like I loved that one, how they pushed the S-Tank down, and then it was Diplomat down below was able to finish him off. I've just got a great idea. No, it's gone. It's gone.
As far as I remember, it was really, really good.
Yeah, you could hear it all being coordinated at the same time.
Oh wait, I was blind before.
Oh,
that's
why
God's
you do
light
this to us?
shining on me.
I have an
God's
idea.
light.
No, I don't have an idea. No, it's gone. It's gone. But yeah, Kazna crew, they are kind of like the team, if you like, to beat right now based on current form. Realistically, coming into this, they've had the best form coming into the LAN finals, and it's been one of their best runs all season. They've qualified first. You say Mojo earlier on, they've never actually done that in previous seasons before. They've always like limped into the group stages, then managed to get through the group stages, or they've had a rough season and powered through at the end to get a decent group position.
Kazna won one season once in Sofia. And they barely qualified to get to Sofia.
And they barely made it to the final
barely made
as well.
it to the finals.
You know, tiebreakers.
They stomped Virtus.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say it. So they stomped them.
So first day, like, they almost lost.
Yeah, it was really rough for them.
I went to tiebreaker with them. I remember that much. But then the second day, they kind of obliterated Virtus, and then...
They played finals against Cool Bus. It was a cool game. They won the sunglasses. As I remember, Arclight had to give them away. But that was the only season finals Kazna actually won. And this is, I believe, after that, probably the biggest chance they have.
You know what's great for Kazna crew, though? You know, EL Gaming will not be at the finals in Moscow, so there's no chance to lose against them. That might actually be the grand finals Kazna crew win. No EL Gaming, Kazna crew easy finals.
Be ready for surprises, guys.
If anyone has been following the APAC region, then you would have known that EL Gaming did finish top of their season before they went into the finals,
Pretty
but then
much unchallenged.
Yep, and then were unable to secure visas, which meant they had to forfeit their place in the league, which then meant that they couldn't even qualify to go to Moscow because it was the two finalists of the APAC region and EL Gaming weren't included in that. So now it's going to be Yato Gaming and Team Efficiency going.
Well, Yato
from
is the old team that
APAC.
played a couple of times on Grand Finals already, and Team Efficiency was their last season, but we will see how ready are they for this Grand Finals.
Now,
ready. I think the only place they'll be getting ready is the bar.
Now, Casting Crew's opponents go hard. We're not meant to hype it up, but going what?
Mojo, on that note, you know, it's not like Team Efficiency can do worse than last time. You know, if you go down 10-0, it's not like you can do worse. There's always,
good parties
there's
Moscow,
always
you know?
room for improvement.
Always could do better. True.
They can't do worse.
True can't do worse, no. Now, Go Hard, a team that we tipped at the start of the season to do amazing things and didn't quite get it on, did they?
Well, we projected that Ding and Gohard will be top 2 places, almost unchallenged. It definitely didn't happen. Both of them had a super rough season. Gohard especially with fluctuating games, I don't know, shifting. As Isne was a really brilliant player from tier 8 to tier 10. Zafarchik as their main tactician, who is playing tier 10 now, not so much, I would say. So that
I've
costed
seen
them in more than one
some
game.
hit or miss performances, more towards
Cliff,
the miss
you still
side.
have nightmares about Cliff?
Man, if I see him play a 4:30 at the LAN finals, I will come out of my casa desk and I'll go play instead of him. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that one.
But yeah, I mean, Go Hard, Kaizu left kind of Go Hard last season to play with Kazna crew
Well, it was for grand finals.
at Russia, yeah, and then kind of came back into team. But also, Stefan left Kazna crew to Go Hard, and that's where we thought a lot of this kind of
Kazna
rivalry.
also had really a bad performance at the
Yeah.
grand final. It was completely a shadow of themselves, like what they played during the season
It was
finals.
disastrous.
In grand finals, we saw nothing of that.
They scraped in.
Absolutely
They
nothing
scraped
of
in,
that.
didn't
They
they?
barely got to group
Yeah.
stages against double APAC team for that. Well,
Yeah, it
APAC
was
slash
really
Chinese.
close call.
Like
Yeah,
they,
Yato,
they
yeah.
barely
then
got
they
through
met
it between
Navis, I
Yato and
remember
EL
again.
Gaming. So
Yeah.
they beat Yato in tiebreaker and they lost against EL.
Mm.
So like that is
Not convincing.
ridiculous.
So Yato is still there.
Uh,
Still a danger.
Still,
on the
still
road.
potentially going
Still a
against them.
danger.
I mean, this is like highlights we're seeing from Go Hard throughout the season. So when they did get it together, they were playing extremely well, but they just were never consistent. I thought was the main thing. Like they never, I don't think they strung more than 2 wins in a row throughout the entire season.
Technically, they still have some surprising moves that you can see, but as Ducky said, they are sometimes really hit or miss. Like you can see that the idea, the core idea, can be really good, but then the execution part, something is off.
And something you can see here as well that is noticeable throughout a lot of the Go Hard matches is that Stefan, who was the newest player in the team and one of the most skillful players in the league, tended to die earlier on in a hell of a lot of matches, whether it's been like playing over aggressive or just not fully in sync with the team. But I noticed that throughout multiple matches, maybe just he was getting focused down early by other teams, I don't know, but he was always usually
I don't know
going
anything
down
about
quick.
that, but I know one thing. If Failware ever opens his own radio show, I'm going to listen to that.
Failware's voice on comms. That's what we're going to do for the grand finals in Moscow. We're just going to, it's not going to be Go Hard's TeamSpeak, it's just going to be, okay, let's listen to Failware.
It's really cool how he communicates there. I mean, all of the teams progressed
cool
a
is
lot.
one word to put it. I'd say it's like a rainy day.
we need his audio setup. Everyone needs his audio setup.
I think it's
just
just
to
like,
mirror it.
you know, a rainy day.
A rainy day.
Yeah, because he gets me.
Because, wow. Because you like to stand under your umbrella, we'll just say that. Okay, leave it at
Exactly. I
that.
like to
Yeah.
stand in the rain with an umbrella.
Okay, okay. Ella,
Eh, eh.
Right, now, Go Hard, Kazna crew, I mean, they played each other twice this season, played each other multiple times last season. I think it's going to be a big match between the two of them.
I would give advantage, as Ducky said, to Kazna, but we've done that many times during the season. When you come to season offlines, it's a completely different story. You are on a stage. You need to prepare for that kind of extra pressure. It's not a home theater anymore. New tactics, everyone has time to make them, to evolve, to practice with another set of teams.
It's just
So-
not the same, you know, playing at LAN, dude. If you're like used to playing at home, you know, you're not wearing maybe the same things you would be wearing at LAN or anything at all for that matter. And then you have to
no
come to LAN.
bathroom specials.
Yeah, you have to come to LAN. All of a sudden you're like,
Actually, have
damn.
to wear shoes most of the
Ex-
time.
Have to wear shoes, have to wear pants, even have to wear a shirt. It's just not fun.
Actually, Daki, with you saying about having what to wear and stuff like that, that kind of makes me think about something.
You're capable of thinking about things?
Well, no, sometimes you wear like unusual stuff when you stream, don't you? Like sometimes people like watch your channel and you don't like what you wear normally is not what you wear when you stream. You know, it's entertaining for the stream.
I don't know, Ryan. Elaborate. I do not know anything about that subject.
I'm like confused as hell, man. I don't know what you're
Like I've seen you stream in a bathrobe before when you've been extremely ill. I've seen you.
dude,
I've seen you stream wearing all of your different past team T-shirts. Actually, I've seen you stream with Caribari wearing all of your past team T-shirts behind you. And I've seen you stream sometimes in fancy dress as well.
It's just I'm just a variety person, you know.
Wait. You're wearing a dress when you stream?
Sometimes, dude. It really depends on
Do you
the
show
day.
the hair?
Like, you know, yeah, you know, like it depends if I want to get a fresh breeze in or not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see this question here first. So what do you think Oops or Go Hard win the first extended season against El Clasico final, Ding Kazna? So rather than a Ding Kazna final, do you think it could be an Oops Go Hard final?
No, sorry, no, I don't believe in it. I mean, one of the two might make it, but I don't think both of them are gonna upset.
Last two season finals, we still had Ding and Kazna in both of the seasons. Both were really close matches. Then even Challenger Rumble, Championship Rumble, whatever, we still had duels with these guys. So I don't know. I kind of have a feeling still that they will meet in the finals again because they're most seasoned teams. But there is always that chance for surprise, always. If some radical change of tactics comes, and as example, we know how Ding doesn't adapt always best to some shock tactics, maybe Oops can surprise them. Like, honestly, last time they met, it was a tiebreaker as far as I remember, 7-6.
Yeah, but I just don't think that both of it, like Go Hard and Oops will beat. I can see one of the two beat Kazna or Ding, but both of them,
It's
Go
gonna
Hard
be really,
beating
really, really,
Kazna
really rough.
and Oops beating Ding. Now that's just something unlikely, to be honest, in my opinion. Like
It's
one
gonna be
upset,
really rough.
yeah, but two upsets. I
But
don't
there is
see
a
it.
possibility.
There's always a possibility.
There is no huge skill difference between these teams, so you can say it's an unimaginable.
One thing, though, that is going to be true is that we have 3 teams going to Moscow, and that Kazna are one of those teams for sure.
Yeah, there is nothing
So-
that can happen there.
Out of the 3 other teams that are going to be playing at the LAN finals, 2 of those teams are going to be joining Kazna Crew.
Mhm.
That's going to be quite interesting as
Well,
well.
it's most likely going to be Ding and Oops.
Well, they're better qualified during the online stage, so if you are same in some
Go Hard needs to
regard-
win their semi, I think. I think Go Hard needs to win their semi. No,
Yeah,
to
if they
make
want
it.
to go, they must win
Yeah.
Kazna. That's the only chance they can go.
Yeah, for sure. Now, looking at the other bracket for the second match that we're going to get on Sunday is going to be Ding versus Oops. Now, talking about Ding, last season they lost positive. They brought in a new player in Senya.
I love your pronunciation.
I tried
Senya.
really hard
Ah,
there.
Stenya, it is, man. You hit it
I
for the first
tried
this time.
really hard that. I was thinking in my head, is like, I'm going to get it wrong. And then they also brought in Losho later on in the season once Kreetz left the team.
They
and
lost Papa, dude.
they
lost
kind
Papa.
of they looked really strong in the first game, and then they got absolutely spanked in the second game.
Yeah, but also Ding toward the last games showed much more aggression than during the season.
Yeah,
And coordination, and Losho is a better tank player than Koritz was. Now the tactical
Dude,
part.
Ryan's a better tank player than Koritz.
whoa.
Now the tactical part, we will see how will Ding actually stand there. Koritz actually went and he became a coach for Navi or Rush.
Yeah,
as
they
they're now.
beat Tornado 5-2.
So
It's
there
his
is,
tactics.
there is that element, and he doesn't have to play tank. He just needs to tell them what to play.
Yeah, they beat Tornado 5-2 last weekend.
Yeah, and we will see how will that go during the season finals, because we know Tornado is kind of meh during the season, and then
Meh.
they come online and okay, time to do it.
Time to get stuck in. Yeah, they kind of bait people into thinking that they're not so great. But I mean, Ding have, this is the I was the one against Who Cares actually. I think that was the first one. No, is it? They still have Kreetz there. Can't see all the names. Senya's there. Kreetz is still playing in the team, yeah, just now. I mean, they started off kind of okay, but that was the first time when Ding got defeated 3 times in a row. It's never ever happened to them
It's never
at
happened
all.
to them. They were not completely first. But here we go. There is a first time for anything here. I mean, we've seen also some really weird clown fiestas even with them in some of
Yeah.
the matches, like when Breakneck didn't kill that Grilla as example, one-on-one. Full clip, bounced like twice, point blank. And then that situation on Himmelsdorf with Hulknik when he was chasing around Ring Around Roses around the tank and
Yeah.
things like that.
And he had the HP to actually just pop out and trade because he had more HP than another guy. That was there's some. I mean, it was like they're saying that with the team change now that rather than them kind of being passive and waiting on Kreetz telling them what to do, they're more free thinking themselves. It's like, okay, I can get myself out of this situation. I'm going to try and do it rather than waiting to be told what to do. I think that's kind of working out better for them if they can just nail that communication down.
Well, we'll see how will that evolve toward the finals. As I said, like everyone has a lot of time, had a lot of time to practice last weeks and to make sure that all of their things are together as where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Daki, how do you rate their chances this season?
100%. If, I can't say 100%, but,
You just did.
99.99999%.
You just said
That's how
100%.
much confidence I have. Well, I said it, and then I corrected myself, because I can't say 100%, because I never can be fully convinced. But, it's pretty close. Pretty close.
I think they've got a good shot. I would like to see. I'd actually love to see an Oops Gohard final. That would be quite interesting. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard.
Oh,
hard
best
teams,
part of the
yes,
season.
Best part
Let's
of the
go,
season.
Yellow Submarine.
What, like, Lutti dies right after this. Look how much HP he has against the IS-7. He pushes off. He just gets clipped out in the back now after this when he does it. So
Showdown.
an interesting trade-off for that one, but highly entertaining. He gets wrecked right after this now by Breakneck. That was Hulkneck as well shooting into him.
It was they really didn't get them who was shooting at them, man. It was a really good
Fan service.
CGI, you know.
Yeah, good point. You could see it coming as well. Like, he's going to push Mary off. This is brilliant. Dak, you said Mary could have got out of that one really easily as well.
I think so, at least. But, you know, he didn't. And he was on my fantasy team that week. I was very disappointed.
Which was a very good thing.
It's a very disappointing moment for all of us, to be honest.
Are you talking about yourself in...
Hello.
What all of us, all of you, and you alone?
Coloration saturation looks a bit strong for me, but I guess
The greatest.
I feel very Donald Trumpy on our monitor.
Hello.
He was just asked to say something there.
totally not
Random conversation you guys weren't privy to. Hello.
Dude, this is the greatest this holiday, dude.
I'm
sweating, dude.
We're acting a bit weird because our monitor looks very different, I guess, from what it is on the stream. Now, their opponents, Oops, the Tough Giraffes, they were playing fantastic. They looked to be unbeaten, undefeatable, and then they, well, screwed up royally, didn't they?
Well, they played the entire start of the season.
They lost 2 games in a row, like 5-0.
They were really strong, 5-1, and then I think even 3.
They lost 2 games in a row.
I think even 3. But never mind that. In one moment they had a really rough period, and what worries me toward the final is because when those games started kind of bad, it looked in one moment they just gave up. But that's the season part. This is not the offlines where you will fight for every inch of the ground, of course. But still, I don't like when some team is content and just saying, okay, we lost this, let's just move on to the next match. You should fight, because we've seen a lot of turnovers during the season, and some teams actually managed to come back from horrible results. Yeah,
I mean, the thing is that we kind of joke about it for the season. We're always like, okay, we're going to listen to Oops' comms, and realistically, when you're listening to Oops',
huge improvement.
When you're listening to Oops' comms, what you're kind of realistically wanting is you're wanting to hear Insane get vocal, because Insane really gets vocal. You two get very vocal when you're in leading your clans. Dude, I can actually, if you watch my stream from yesterday, I actually moved the microphone away from my desk over to your side of the apartment, and you can clearly hear you in my stream shouting at your clan.
I just want to point out, I don't even rage that much anymore.
Lies!
I don't even rage that much anymore, to be honest, compared to old me.
Compared to old you?
New me doesn't like even rage that much anymore, to be honest. I'm a lot more calm, more positive, more...
Just saying that, actually, if you go to, I'm pretty sure if you go to Daki's Twitch channel right now, probably, one of the highest, most recent clips is Daki having a very polite exchange with Raven about spotting the left flank of the map.
That was once in, like, it's like now once every week.
That's the problem, because his old him, you know, is still shedding his skin, and his new him is still not completely out, so some parts are still there.
It's like, you know,
and they need to be taken out.
The incredible sulk is trying to break through, you know?
I don't even you guys are overreacting, honestly. Like, you haven't even heard me lead properly.
I think sometimes you can just spot the difference, Mojo, you know?
How many do they do in Tomato,
like, you can just really spot the difference sometimes.
Yo, Mojo is like, honestly, it's like Hulk. I'm like always kind of like decently angry, but he's like nice, and then he goes like...
It's like a blemish, you know, like a blemish on your very standardized exterior.
It's my other me. Ooh, this was a nice one.
Yeah, I mean, Oops.
Jumping jack.
Oops had some fantastic plays throughout the season, for sure. Definitely from fantastic plays throughout the season. Their coordination all the time seemed to always just be a step above whoever they were playing against. And they did get sometimes luck on their side as well with some nice... I don't know, they got an ammo rack against them, didn't they? Rather than getting one on them on I want to say Erlenberg, but it's Himmelsdorf. Where did Erlenberg come from? And this one as well, getting down the flank nice and safely on mines. Like, everything they seemed to do just worked great, and then they got trashed. Like, I don't know what happened. I think it was like Insane said, you know, if he's having a bad day, the team has a bad day, and you could tell from the team speak that he was sounding absolutely terrible.
Well, you need all 7 players capable, not like only one. But problem is when a leader is a bit off. But as you said, like, Oops can play really tactical, really aggressive, whatever you wanted. They are capable of it. The thing is, how will that match between them and Ding actually hit off? Usually before, when they were bringing Ding down, they started really well in the start. But will that be enough now? I don't know. As you said, like, Positive is replaced with Senya. Senya is a great addition for Ding. Now Koritz is replaced by Losho. Did Ding have enough time to prepare for this and to team up with one another? Will Oops be as motivated? It only remains to be seen, man.
I don't know. Oops, kind of a weird team. It really, like, for me, depends on how they will start here. If they can go even with Ding in the beginning, they can go to tiebreaker, maybe even win.
I think they have to feel confident.
If they, I just think if they start bad, there's a few players on that team with limited experience that will just fall out of the boat and kind of don't have a life jacket, don't know how to swim and sink all the way to the bottom of the ocean, and the rest of the team will sink with them.
So on their lineup, they're going to have Crater, Kerloff, and Raging Potato. That'll be their first LAN.
No,
for all three of
Raging
them?
played with Penta. He actually took a second place with Penta.
Okay, I did not know that. Okay, I can never pronounce Kerloff properly. It's the L and the R and the O. It's
well,
just
there
not,
will be a couple
easy
of
for a
players who
Scottish
were not
accent.
that ready for the season finals like the rest. I mean, knowing the atmosphere and everything, but that can be overcome easily. You just have some guys that come, sit down and play, and they don't feel a thing.
Yeah.
And you have people who just freeze.
I
We had a couple of those before in Kazna, and it's not a pretty thing when you see it happening.
I spoke to Annihilator last season, and he said he felt no difference at all. It was no pressure. Everything just felt completely normal.
Is just a god of
But
all things.
on flip side, a player we've highlighted multiple times, and we actually had him here as a guest before, Milosh. In the past couple of season finals, Milosh has not played very well at LAN for some reason when playing with Oops. Past 2 times it wasn't so great. So maybe definitely he will need to step up. I'm sure he's learned from that. But I mean, with Oops as well, we have a special little video done by a really, really chirpy guy. Let's have a look at that video and see who's going to talk about it.
Welcome guys to another video. Today we're going to look at the top 5 plays made by Oops so far in the WGL, who are currently #1, so a very impressive team. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. First up, we have Ghost Down between Oops and Team Cryptic. There's a beautiful read on the positions of Team Cryptic by Oops. They push off the cap and isolate Lucky Blast and kill him in the process. As a result of this, Gremec and the Leopard 1 can no longer find the reset shots you can bring that Leopard 1 for. Because of this play, none of the Team Cryptic tanks are in position to reset, and to approach the cap, they will bleed heavily in terms of HP, and even if they get the reset, the damage they will take in return will be too much. With none of the tanks of Cryptic able to deal with the reset and the damage that has been taken trying to get closer to the caps, Oops managed to win convincingly. Next up is Oops versus Kaz on Cliff. Kaz on the defense is gearing up for a 1-2 line counter push, trying to catch Oops off guard. But with Insane pushing behind the hill and not meeting much resistance, they smell something is wrong. The counter push happens, but all the tanks from Oops are in position to shut this down swiftly. A great read by Oops, luring Kazna into a trap. Beautiful positioning from Oops, and great focus fire come into effect. You can see how Kazna wasn't ready at all for the Oops force left on 1-2 line, ending in a quick win for Oops. Kazna tried to surprise Oops, but in reality, they only surprised themselves. The next play is between Oops and Ding on Sand River. Ding is going aggressive in the north, trying to start the cap. Notice on the minimap, Oops is trying to play the D7 June to control the cap, but keep in mind, Senya can shoot them in the side. While the tanks from Oops are trying to control the cap, Camille is counter-climbing to deal with Senya's position. Because of this counter-climb and the positions from the rest of the Oops team, Ding cannot cap the base any longer. With the death of Senya, all map control is in favor of Oops. After this, they can close the game easily, as Ding has no control left over anything. Next up is mines between Oops and Kazna. You can see Kazna is playing with an artillery piece, which is steadily chipping away HP from the Oops tanks. It's risky, but sometimes a worthwhile pick. With 3 minutes left, Kazna has to make a move. They decide to push 1-2 line. Too bad for them, Oops had them completely red again. Kazna takes a ton of damage on the crossing, and they lose Nexus. The second part of the play from Oops is using the T100 as a shield from the WZ, which results into Kazna not being able to clear out 1-2 line. This was planned from the beginning by Oops to shut down this very play Kazna brought. The WZ in combination with Decha just destroys Kazna crew's tanks one by one. It's almost impossible for Kazna to remove Karolf from the fight, and they all end up going down for it. Last but not least, it's Oops versus Gohard on Himmelsdorf. As you can see, Raging Potato gets removed in the beginning of the round, and it's important to remember this because Oops will be one tank down for the rest of the round. Oops, however, hasn't given up, and because of some over-eagerness from the Gohard side and good rotation from Oops with their fast setup, they are slowly getting back into this round. This is probably the most important moment. Kaizu left his position to defend the cap, and Kamil uses this moment to his advantage to get behind him and take him out of the game. Just pay attention to Kamil's shooting, as he needs to connect every single shot to remove Kaizu from this round. As a reaction to this, Gohard is trying to push Insane to even out the game, but another good rotation from Oop gets the 50 Bs in position just in the nick of time. As the E4s fail to kill Insane, they start getting clipped by 50 Bs. With both Creator and Decha hitting their shots, they make quick work of these E4s. Even then, the game isn't won, and with 34 seconds left, Oops is triple capping. Stefan could win the game for his team, but a beautiful play from Kamil, who tracks Stefan twice, prevents him from getting close enough to get the cap reset on towards the 50 Bs. GG. In this video, you could see the top 5 plays from Oops in the WGL. This is one of the reasons why they are currently #1 in our rankings. The only question that remains to be seen is, can Oops keep it up in round robin 2? We have to find out. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and see you on the battlefield.
There should be a movie made, Sleepless Nights, Katowice, mate. Seriously, but
Smile! Smile!
Yo, all I want to say is...
Somebody like,
I'm
wait,
sorry, that's what you used to say. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give you a video about it.
Yo. Please,
But
please.
watching this video, like, it always makes you remember that moment when Raging died, and this is probably the biggest problem they might have actually season finals. Like, he is the new to the team, and sometimes the guy who can really outperform and do huge amount of damage, or just stay silent on TeamSpeak and die. We've seen that also on comms, so that will be a problem they will need to handle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the new players coming into the LAN stuff is always going to be a weakness. That's why you were saying that Ding, look, you think Ding's going to do it easily as well, was another thing you were saying about their LAN experience.
I was reading the question.
I was reading
Reading the question? Okay, there's the question. Okay, 15 versus 15 happens. What's your
reading
thoughts
is hard, but you should
about
try
how
from
many
time to time.
spots WGL will have? Will the rules be set up to teams? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, right. No idea, to be honest.
There is nothing we can say about that because it's not us making those rules, so wrong edges at the moment, unfortunately. Even if you knew something, we will be skinned alive if you said it.
Yeah, I guess
it's like that.
I guess if it went to 15 versus 15, let's actually just do it hypothetically and theoretically then. So if it went to 15 versus 15, number one, you're going to have a delay in starting a new season because teams are going to need to form. Number two, you're going to have to get potentially a bigger league structure or different rules set up in order to work out how you're going to do it. Maps, for example, all that kind of stuff.
That's easy to handle.
vehicle picks? Are you going to limit vehicle picks? Are you going to allow just any number of vehicles in a team? Are you going to say like only 3 of a certain vehicle? You
That
know, like
would make a huge mess out of the league.
well, in a way that like the way I was going with that is in the way that NA had that old rule where you couldn't have more than 2 types of the same tank.
No, that would be a huge mess because it would require huge logistical time. And why? Like if you need 5 tanks of these for some tactics and 10 of these, do it.
It was just a question. It was just a question. That's why we're doing this hypothetically. Prize pool would have to go up because you got more people in the teams. You can't have the same prize pool and then have it spread against more people. That just wouldn't happen.
Quickie, mark my words, bud. Nobody believes anything of what you've ever said anywhere in Twitch chat. So mark my word doesn't mean anything, okay?
Daki talking about Quickie Toes there, not Quickie Baby.
Yeah, Quickie Toes. Don't worry, bud.
Because he said, mark my words, Go Hard will win this season.
Yeah, but his word doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Now,
no, we're not
actually, no, this is a fair point because we were talking about this earlier on about how, you know, the way people dress and stuff like that, and you know, like entertaining for the stream and stuff like that. And I mentioned suits, and somebody actually in chat kind of hit the actual point. Let's actually see Daki in his element here. Actually, is probably the best way to describe it.
I can't go down that far, like, you can't even see my knees. This is terrible! They're just like...
All you can say now is, hi, Mom.
If we were to change his name, I think Shark, you know, Shark Killzor maybe would come in there. No?
Shark Killzor sounds good, man. That's a definitely involvement.
He had no idea this was coming. So
it
so
should
good.
be a
so good.
new Ducky, you know? New personality, new nickname.
I'm not okay with this. That's all I'm gonna say.
So there we go. Daki was also a backing dancer for Katy Perry at the Super Bowl. A lot of people didn't know that.
That was his appliance video.
As uncalled for.
Yeah, no, I think chat loved that one, Daki. It seemed to go down right well. I wonder how many clips are being made right now of that.
There's already hundreds of clips of that.
That's very good. Very good dancing, Daki. Very good dancing. Now, 15 versus 15, we could have that, you know, halftime show. Daki comes out in the shark costume, doing his thing. It would work.
Sharkastic.
I'm coming more towards Mojo. What's up, dude?
It's sarcastic, mate.
What's up, dude?
Okay.
I'm ignoring him. How are you doing?
So bad. See, the thing is now, right, is that I know myself, I potentially have a video for Mojo, but I don't know in return if there's a video for me. Hopefully there's no video for me and I can dodge this. But now Mojo's a bit worried, because what do we have about Mojo?
Here's the thing. So that's not cool.
Before we go into this, a lot of people don't necessarily know that Mojo, prior to casting, was a pro player. And sometimes Mojo found some matches easier than others, shall we say. And let's have a look at Mojo just kind of letting people know how easy he thought a match was.
Which was a tight loss. We came back with the 3-0 victory.
Oh, Mojo, excited.
How easy was this, Mojo? How easy? Show us, Mojo. Let us know.
We were just totally out of focus.
Those are some nice hand gestures there. What were you like indicating with that? You know, you were rubbing their back or a little bit lower?
Good plays, good plays. Good plays, guys. I think it was the last tournament I actually played with Kazna. It was here, really close to Katowice in Tihi.
Tihi?
Yeah, it was the season finals when I lost my passport, my airplane ticket, my backpack and stuff in Vienna. And they came here and I came like long journey later alone in my jacket.
Was it you left on the train or something?
Yeah, we had a couple of hours layover and I just like stepped out of the U-Bahn and that was there and me was there.
Wow.
So that was not a cool experience, guys, and it costed a lot. Yeah. Stuff happens.
Stuff happens.
And then you end up going without passport over the borders and people look funny at you and stuff like that.
You ever had that issue, Daki, where you've never like been able to find a passport? Twice? Maybe? Once?
Never happened.
Twice?
That was once in Warsaw, okay? Like, I thought I lost my passport in a bar. Instead, I lost it in my laundry bag. Okay.
which is a bottomless pit, so
Has
self-explained.
it- No, it has actually happened a few twice.
No. I
Because
lost
there
my
was the
passport
one, there was
once.
the one where somebody else had to help you out, and there was the one at the end of last season when you'd completely cleaned your apartment and you'd put it in the bin, and you had
I
to.
remember that. I put.
But he
I
recycled that
I
one
threw my
already.
passport
Why
in
are
the
you bringing
bin,
it back?
and I spent an hour going through the trash bin finding it. Dude, that was not a pleasant experience. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I had to like, I stood
Yeah.
there digging through my own stuff. Okay.
Keep
Okay.
password safe.
Yeah. Let's take some questions from the chat right now, actually, because now we've got a moment to kind of look back and, you know, think of how the season went. And, you know, any questions from chat can come in and we'll just answer them as best as we can. I think that's the easiest thing to do right now. We've got plenty of time left. Don't really have much else to talk about. Actually, before we do that, let's actually announce the winners of What's in the Box.
That's actually the most important thing
Yes,
tonight.
because there is lots of people watching in there. So, I can confirm that the questions, we'll get to the actual answer later on. So, first of all, the winner. Congratulations to Outer Sham for guessing it correctly. He got it. Daki didn't get it. Well, Daki eventually got
What
it
a
after
name
me
for a
and,
winner, man.
me and Mojo gave him a couple of clues. And the actual item was a Razer Kraken headset from
Good
the
prize,
clues.
man.
Man, I'm
Congrats.
stand by it. You never told me it was more. I thought it was one word. I never knew could be more than one word. So I was trying to figure out one word, and then when it was two words, I guessed it instantly.
In what? You didn't guess it even then.
You didn't.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we had to like lure you into it. Even when you got the Kraken one, you still like didn't get it.
Because I all still thought at that point that it could be one word.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one was about listening. That was to do with the headset. The second one was about if you release it, that would be the Kraken, and then the one about the sharpness one being the Razer. You know, easy
Quite
peasy.
easy.
But
If
they
you
went
ever
in,
watched
they
the
went in
single
order
movie.
as well. No questions coming from chat. Come on, guys. Do you have anything to ask us? Otherwise, we're just going to end the show
Yeah, ask
and
Brian,
go.
when will he wear
You
the
know,
braids in his
actually,
beard?
we do have another video still to watch as well. I did see Kizu asking if I'd been ever a pro team. Kizu, stop being such a troll. You know, I'm not a good player. I know I'm not a good player. I'm not up to the caliber of these guys. Look at them. They are model professionals.
You're gonna wake up one morning and you will have no beard.
That's not going to happen. I'm going to try and
You'll
grow
not
one.
even
I'm
know
going
it.
to try and grow one like Daki's doing just now.
What?
What?
It's
You need to
okay.
get it to join up there and there.
That will come. I give it some time.
It's not bad. It's not bad for 2 months.
Hey, if there is
What-
no
what 2
time,
months?
if there is no time, there are always crayons.
What 2 months?
You've not shaved for 2 months. So that's
You
good.
wish that was not 2 months.
It's
like
good. You need
2
more. You
weeks.
need more like up this area, or
It's
the-
like 2 weeks.
from there down, like on the cheeks to cover
This
things
is
up.
Daki's 2 weeks, and this is Ryan's 2 weeks.
Yeah,
This
that
is
you
my 2
wish.
months.
2 months. Yeah, so actually, the other video, I mean, we can do the other video just now, and then just fire as many questions as you want in chat. We'll try and get through them all once the video is finished. But this one actually is about autoloaders, a big part of WGL, and how best they're used and how effective they're used. Let's once again look to the Killzor and see a different personality when he's bright and early and nice and happy.
Superman changing clothes, man.
Yeah, get changed quickly, Daki. Let's go.
Go.
Hello guys and welcome to the next part of our series. Today we're going to be doing a review of 2 battles that happened in the Wargaming.net League Europe with 2 full autoloader, high risk, high reward setups. Let's take a look at the tanks that are most commonly used to do aggressive plays. It is Bachar, AMX-50B and AMX-40B. The thing all these tanks have in common is that they are autoloaders. Those kind of tanks are ideal because they are not only fast but also have great burst potential. They come with the downside of low armor, so if you lose too much HP, it can spiral out of control. If you manage to swarm tanks that are isolated, you can remove them from the game within seconds. The downside of both the 50B and Bachat is that alone they can't remove tanks from the battlefield. That is where the AMX Forge B comes into play. With 6 shots, it can pretty much win every single one-on-one it takes. The first battle we will look at is between Oops and Savage Squad. The attacking lineup from Savage Squad is only French autoloaders. This has to be a quick play, because in purely trading without pushing, they will lose. Savage will decide the North all-in is the way to go. But before we continue, let's look a little bit more in detail. The goal here for Savage is to screen the cap. Oops has to reset, but Savage is pushing forward with 4 autoloaders to prevent them from resetting or killing them all if they do manage to get the reset. Keep in mind, between the 250Bs and Foch Bs, that's 20 shots available.
No,
It's fine, we have to fight. Kill the bot.
Nemůžu, pojď se vysypat na tohle. 50 má.
Do keep in mind though, if at one point you start making bad trades, this all autoloader lineup, even with a massive advantage, can lose grip on the round quickly. Savage Squad, even with extra guns and HP, is almost losing the round because of bad trades. It's now down to a 2 versus 1, and what seemed like a 1 round is quickly turning around. Luckily enough, Danny is there to save the day and pick up the round for his team. Second battle we are going to look at is between Ding and Gohard on Ruinberg. You can see Ding has picked 7 bad shots and did this for a specific reason, so let's go into detail. Gohard only knows about the 2 bats in the middle, so Ding could rush north at the same time. Instead, they will join up with the other 2 bats and crossfire anything in the little city on the eastern side. Now the bat shots are converging on the little city. And the thing for Ding is, they need to hit almost all their shots to actually pull this off. Lucky for them, Gohard makes a mistake and drives into them, causing them to lose gun after gun. Normally in a situation like this, Gohard needs to keep as many guns alive as possible and chase the bats on reload. But they didn't have any HP sharing going on and got focused one by one. With Zafar also out of the fight and Ding hitting the shots, it's game over for Gohard. After this, Ding is just able to reload, come back and clean up the remaining guns. Great shooting by them, but also overextensions from Gohard won them the round. In this video, you've witnessed some great examples of rush tactics and how teams can make it work. Because of the limited armor and hit points, making the correct trades is vital. The second most important part is hitting those shots, because after you're clipped, you have an extended reload. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video and see you on the battlefield.
See, what a difference when you smile. You
Oh,
can see,
that
see a
video
little dimple
actually
and
looked
everything.
much more refreshing.
Yeah, it looked like you were, you know, pushing the dimple in like you're doing now, making sure it sticks out so everyone can see. The one-sided smile.
It's not one side, it just goes naturally. Shut up.
Can I turn Daki into a Christmas tree?
If you touch me without consent, I'll get you to jail. I didn't. Okay. Can you get off of me, Kevin Spacey?
Whoa! What do you mean by that, Kevin Spacey? I mean, can you explain that one for me, please?
Yeah,
I don't quite understand it.
Huh?
He never won Oscar, man. Far
What
away.
do you mean, Kevin Spacey, Daki?
You know exactly
I
what I mean. There's no need to
don't
explain.
understand where you're going
There's
there.
no need to explain.
I don't see where you're going there.
Who you think is going to win Silver League this season? Well, definitely not Team Paria.
Way.
I can't say I was following Silver that much yet.
Somebody did ask about the relegation matches. We don't actually know how that's going to happen right now, so we don't have information about those matches. We only know matches about the finals. We don't know how the rest of the season is going to pan out and things like that. So
I just wait for Silver usually to come too close to the end before I even watch what's going on. Because like then we usually cast the final or whatever.
Somebody also asked about the guests for the analysts. We can't actually announce them. I haven't been given the okay to announce them. It is going to be Daki Mojo casting the matches. I'm going to be hosting the analyst desk, and we will have 2 guest analysts, but can't say who they are for now. But I think people like them. It's people who actually haven't been on the analysis desk before.
Yeah, we have some new super bright stars.
For 1 second, I didn't even remember where it was, dude. I was
Wow.
like, what?
Wow. That old chestnut, yeah. Okay. Now, if you have been watching our previous shows, you do know that 5 random people get picked out from the viewers, and they win a little prize. Sometimes we know the people, sometimes we don't. Let's have 5 names up on the screen and see if we do recognize these lucky people. Huey. Azra, congratulations. You're subbing my channel.
Shifter, your daily dose of noobs, Huey. I recognize 3 out of the 5.
Yeah, well, congratulations on winning. I believe it's a bonus code. If you send a message to the WGL_EN Twitch channel, they'll get the bonus code sent out to you. Otherwise, they'll just message you, I think will be the easier way to do it. A couple more questions, guys, and then that's us. That's us done for today. We will next be seeing you on the 19th for the show. What time does it start, actually? 10 o'clock?
I think it's around 11.
11 o'clock, 10 o'clock? I only know what time rehearsals are.
I don't know, I'm coming at 3.
Check the website. Check our website, actually, wglleague.net. It tells you there.
It's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be early, so don't party too hard, I guess.
Don't party too hard. Daki, don't go out and get
Doesn't pay off, I know that for sure,
celebrations
before
with
the
the
matches.
players on Friday.
Huh?
Go out on Friday and cut loose. I know what you're like.
Me?
Yep.
Cut loose?
Yep.
Never.
Footloose.
Never.
Mojo goes footloose.
I wonder will Kazna try to party before the Sunday matches?
No, that tactic does not work. Oh, I dropped my cards. Oh well, there we go. There's nothing important on them.
It's okay, Merlin. You can bend over and take them.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
He's a cutie, come on.
That is... Whew.
Getting abuse here from the Milk Tray Man. Mojo with the polo neck ready to go skiing right after we finish the show today.
I think Steve Jobs just came back from the grave.
No, he doesn't wear this. He's just like this.
Brutal.
He's here to introduce the iPhone X, dude. Well, actually, he just came back, so he's probably still on 7.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, since there's no more questions, guys, I think that's going to be us for today.
Friendly neighborhood hobo, Mojo, and Ryan says bye.
Thanks very much. Oh, there's a question.
It's a mirror question.
Who do you think is going to... We just had that one already. What's the one that's going to come up then? What should the question be? Last question before we go. Oh, production. Nobody some players did actually notice the Kazna Crew versus Kazna Crew intro that we had at the start. A little joke there from production.
Happens.
They actually meant to do it this time, so it was quite cool. Okay, that is us for the evening. We're now going to go home. Daki's going to have some breakfast, and everyone else is going to go to bed. You have a good one, guys, and we'll see you later.